Ex-cop Ben Carson takes a job as a night watchman at the burned-out ruins of the Mayflower department store. As he patrols the eerie, charred remains of this once-thriving business, he begins to notice something sinister. Something just isn't right about the mirrors that adorn the walls of this creepy building. Upon further investigation, he soon discovers that a deadly threat looms, trapped within the mirrors and reflective surfaces that are a part of his everyday life. If he has any hope of saving his family from a horrifying demise, Carson must somehow uncover the truth behind the mirrors and battle the greatest evil that he has ever faced. On this review episode of Gorehounds TV, we will be checking out the 2008 horror movie, Mirrors.
Plot breakdown.
Ben Carson, played by Kiefer Sutherland, is an ex-police detective in New York whose alcoholism made him incompetent on the job and caused him to kill a man. Trying to get his life in order, he's living with his kid sister to save money, he's taking his medication to wean himself off the booze. Most important, he's trying to win back the trust of his estranged wife, a medical examiner, and maintain a loving relationship with his two young children. In order to make money while waiting for reinstatement, he takes a job as a night watchman at a department store gutted by a fire. That was a huge mistake, because there are these giant mirrors that are all over the ruins of this burned-up department store, and they're doing some pretty sketchy things. When you stare into the mirrors, the images will stare back at you like normal, but then remain in the mirror when you walk away. I think any self-respecting horror fan has some sort of fear or respect for mirrors. I credit Candyman, Poltergeist, and Bloody Mary for my childhood nightmares about mirrors. And much like you would expect in a horror movie about mirrors, the images are out to kill you, and typically in the most brutal ways possible. Ben then finds out that the mirror's demons are following him everywhere, hidden in every reflective surface, and they begin harassing him and his family until they get what they want. Ben's job, aside from being the newly appointed night security guard of a burned-down department store, is to find out exactly what the hell they want.
Notable cast.
The most notable of the cast would be Kiefer Sutherland, probably most recognized as Jack Bauer in the hit TV series 24. He's also appeared in a lot of other great movies, such as Young Guns, Stand By Me, and of course, he played David in The Lost Boys.
How are those maggots? Maggots, Michael. You're eating maggots. How do they taste?
Also showing up in this movie is Amy Smart, who also has quite the impressive list of acting credits, appearing in both the Crank movies, Varsity Blues, Starship Troopers, just to name a few. John Shrapnel, the British-born actor, also has a small role in this movie. He's appeared in Troy and Gladiator. Jason Fleming, who plays Detective Burns, another British-born actor, played in The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, and he even played Azazel in the X-Men First Class movie. In a blink and you'll miss it moment, he also played Santa in Seed of Chucky.
I knew it! You're not real.
You were never real.
In my opinion, the director of this film is one of the biggest heavyweights involved. Maybe not quite as famous as Kiefer Sutherland, but he has directed some very notable horror titles. This movie was directed by Alexandre Aja, born in France, and the directive mind behind some of the greatest horror flicks, one of them being my all-time favorites, High Tension. He also directed The Hills Have Eyes remake, Piranha 3D, and Crawl. With the exception of Piranha 3D and Crawl, he also has a writer and screenplay credit for High Tension, The Hills Have Eyes, and of course, Mirrors.
Our review of Mirrors.
Mirrors was met with pretty mixed reviews. IMDb is currently holding it with an above-average score of 6.1 out of 10, while Rotten Tomatoes has it listed as a total crapshoot of a movie with an abysmal 15%. Metacritic also doesn't show this one much love, coming in with a below lackluster score of 35. The biggest reason for the bad reviews seems to be the fact that a lot of views claim it's too soft horror. Others say the story just isn't very impressive and the ending is extremely confusing. Personally, I feel that these bad reviews for this movie are exceptionally critical and to pull apart a movie that really isn't that bad at all. The movie doesn't have a ton of gore in it, but the few scenes that it does have are great. One of my favorite kills in a horror movie comes from this movie. The ending has turned a lot of people off to this movie, stating that they enjoyed the flick until the end of the film. I can see it's confusing for a lot of viewers, but it really doesn't destroy the entire integrity of the film. Just don't think too much about it, or if you would like to discuss the ending, make sure to check out the Gorehounds of Horror Facebook discussion group. You can message me or Amy or any of the gang right there. More on that at the end of the video. This film does come off as more of a crime drama, mystery, thriller type of movie, which normally isn't my thing. But this one's on the border for me and I don't really mind it. It's not in my top 50 or anything, but there's a lot worse out there. And this movie shouldn't leave you feeling like you wasted about 2 hours of your life watching some turd of a movie. The acting was pretty solid and I really can't complain about it. The gore, while not over the top or constant, was pretty well done. With it being a remake or revisioning, it really isn't horrible. We all know there are a lot of shitty horror remakes and reboots out there. This film doesn't fall into that category in my opinion. I'm going to give this one a 6 out of 10.
Trivial facts about the movie.
The film was originally scripted as a straightforward remake of the 2003 South Korean horror film Into the Mirror. However, once Alexandre Aja was brought on board and read the script, he was dissatisfied with the particulars of the original film's story. He decided to retain the original film's basic idea involving mirrors and to incorporate a few of its scenes, but change the story dramatically. Anna, the first name of the possessed girl, stays the same when spelled backwards, just like in a mirror. Creepy, right? In the bar scene, makeup artist Greg Nicotero can be seen playing pool. He was also involved in the makeup department for the film. Thanks to AMC's The Walking Dead, Nicotero's work is pretty widely known, making him a very household name when it comes to special effects. This was the first film of the late Cameron Boyce, who was made popular in part thanks to Disney, where he played on the TV show Jessie. He passed away at the age of 20 from complications due to epilepsy. He was 9 when he appeared in Mirrors, playing Michael, the son of the main character.
Another episode in the books, and we want to thank you for watching and continuing to support our channel. Current subscribers know that we are currently holding a mystery box giveaway to a lucky subscriber once we hit 200 subs. We will then do 2 more mystery prize giveaways once we get to 500 subs. The winner we choose will be selected from active members off of the channel, so be sure to like and comment on all of our videos to raise your chance of winning. If you would like to join us on social media, we have a group of 10,000 strong horror-loving members in our Facebook horror group. The group link can be found down in the description, or you can just search Gorehounds of Horror on Facebook. We have a page with a ton of shareable content and the discussion group, so be sure to check both out. We also have an Instagram account that is new and growing, so look for us there as well. We do contests across all platforms, so get signed up now.
As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week on another exciting episode of Gorehounds TV.